Hello grade 7 students, how all of you are doing? I believe that all of you are doing great. And how was your holidays? I hope you had a good holidays. And welcome back to our another class for subject science. And today we will learn about lesson 6.1 and page number 80. We will learn about metals. Okay, so let me read and then I will explain you. So metals are very useful materials. Materials are the substances from which objects are made. So there are many different metals. So metals are used to do lots of different jobs. Like iron is used for bridges because it is strong, and gold is used for jewelry because it is shiny. So stainless steel does not rust and is strong, so it can be used for cooking pans and bicycle frames. Stainless steel also conducts heat well, which is useful for pans. Copper is used for electrical wiring because it conducts electricity well and it is flexible. Properties of metal. So all metals share same properties. So almost all the metals have same properties. Metals are usually shiny when polished or freshly cut. Metals ring like a bell when you hit them. Metals are strong and tough. They do not shatter when dropped and they do not crack easily. They can hold large weights without breaking. Metals can be shaped by bending them. They are malleable, which means that they can be hammered into shape. They are ductile, which means that they can be drawn out into wires. Metals don't melt easily. Mercury is the only metal that is a liquid at room temperature. Some metals are magnetic, like iron, steel, nickel and cobalt are magnetic. Metals are good conductor of heat. When you touch them, they conduct heat energy away from your hand, so they feel cold. You can look for these properties when deciding if something is a metal or not. You need to remember that the surface of most metals will become dull after a while. Big lumps of metals are hard to test for bending. Bottles and cups ring when they are hit by they are not made of metals. Okay, so this is your lesson for today, 6.1. So let me explain you now. So what are metals? So metals are substances from which objects are made. Okay, so metals are materials and the materials are substances from which objects are made, like objects like bridges, jewelry and cooking pans, bicycle, bikes, okay, and electric wires. So here I have some metals, types of metals. Okay, so I wrote down 10 so that you need to remember 10. Okay, so gold. So most gold we use for jewelry. Okay, so jewelry we wear, some people wear every day, and some when we go out or when we go to party we wear jewelry made out of gold and silver. Okay, so why gold is used to make jewelry? Because it is shiny. So when you can see the gold, so gold is shiny, so that's why it is used to make jewelry. Same silver is shiny, so that's why it is used to make jewelry. But remember, diamond is not a metal. Okay, diamond is a non-metal. Okay, but gold and silver are metals. Okay, so these two are used to make jewelry. Iron is used in a lot of things like bridges, and you can check your in your house. Okay, window grills. So sometimes iron, windows. So windows are made out of steel and iron. Okay, steel and iron. And some of you, when you go to kitchen, you can see some pans are made out of steel. Okay, and most of the pans, cooking pans, are made out of steel, because steel is a good conductor of heat and it does not rust. So have you ever seen iron and has that brown fungi thing on that? So that is a rust. Okay, so I will drop a photo of a rusty iron in the group. So but in case of steel does not rust. So that's why most of the cooking pans are made out of steel. Okay. But back in the days, like we say 50 or 60 years ago, people used to have cooking pans made out of copper, but now we use stainless steel pans. Okay, so when you go by any cooking pan or from the market, you will see written on the box stainless steel. Okay, so that stainless steel means steel is a metal. Okay, and it does not rust. That's why most of the cooking pans are made out of steel. Aluminium. Okay, aluminium, this one here. So this one is aluminium. Okay, so when you go to an office or you go somewhere, so now most of the offices they have aluminium doors. Okay, so you can see like this border is made out of aluminium. This is aluminium, so you can see this. See, this is aluminium. Okay, so and most of the offices and now new buildings, they don't have wooden doors, they use aluminium doors. Okay, so copper, slice a wire, so you will see copper. Okay, so copper is mostly used in wires because copper is a good source of electricity, so that's why copper is used in wires. And copper can be drawn into wires. Magnesium, brass, bronze. Okay, bronze we see mostly for the medals, like you can see they have gold medal, they have silver medal, and they also have bronze medal. Okay, nickel, so coins. So you search, have you ever seen coins? Like 50-cent coin, 25-cent coins. Coins are mostly made out of nickel and silver. Okay, so coins are made out of nickel and silver. Okay, so these two, nickel and silver. So now coming on to properties of metal. Properties of metal. So mostly metals are shiny. So like, okay, you see stainless steel is shiny, gold is shiny, silver is shiny. If you see aluminium is shiny, copper is shiny. Okay, so all the metals are shiny. Shatter. So I read on the book and then I explain. Okay, so metals are strong and tough, they do not shatter. What does it mean, shatter? Okay, so I just write down, do not shatter. What does it mean, shatter? So when you drop a glass or mirror on the floor, so you see it breaks down into pieces, small pieces. That means it shatters. Okay, so when you drop a glass and a mirror on the floor, you will see it will break into pieces, very small, sometimes small pieces and lot of pieces. So that means it shatters. So but in case of metals, you drop a metal on the floor, it does not shatter. Next, malleable. So what they are, malleable, which means that they can be hammered into shapes. So what does it mean, malleables? Malleable mean we can hammer them to make any shapes. Okay, so metals we can bend them into any shapes. And ductile. So ductile, they are ductile, which means they can be drawn out into wires. So ductile means they can be like a copper. Copper can be drawn out into wires. High melting points. So metals do not melt easily, okay, like and all the metals have high melting points. They do not melt easily, okay. So in last chapter we studied about solid, liquid and gas and melting points of solids. So all the metals are solid except mercury. Mercury is a liquid at room temperature. So mercury is the only metal in the world that is liquid at the room temperature, but rest of the metals are solid, and solids, you know, all the solids have high melting points. So metals have high melting points. Magnetic means metals are magnetic, like iron, steel, nickel, cobalt are magnetic, okay. Metals are good conductor of heat, okay. So metals are good conductor of heat. That means they can so what does it mean, good conductor of electricity? So that means heat can be passed through these metals, okay, like you can see iron, so heat can be passed. So it happens like this. Suppose this is an iron, okay. So here is the fire, okay. So fire here, but you will feel after some time, you will feel this side is also hot. So when it comes to metals, so that means they are good conductor of heat and electricity, means the electricity and heat can be passed through them, okay. So like this, suppose this is iron rod, okay, so metal. So I have fire here, so fire gives the heat out, so only this part is heating from the fire. Fire is only here, not this side, fire. But after a few minutes or after some time, if you touch here, okay, so you will feel hot here too, okay. So you will burn your hand. And another thing, okay, so most of the cooking pans at home have plastic handles, because plastic is not a metal, and plastic is not a good conductor of heat. So that's why most of the cooking pans have plastic handles. But if you remove that plastic handle, you will see a steel handle, okay. So you keep the cooking pan on gas. So the pan is on the gas, but handle is not on the gas, handle is not on fire. But after a few minutes, if you touch the handle, you will burn your hand. So that means heat and electricity can be passed through metals, so they are good conductor of heat and energy, okay, heat and electricity, okay. So and if you touch and why do you feel cold when you touch any metal? Like if you go to when the weather is cold outside, so you touch any metal, it feels cold, because they are good conductor of heat energy, and they absorb heat from your hand. So when you touch any metal and you feel cold, so when you touch it, it absorbs heat from your hand. That's why you feel it cold, okay. So that's it in the first video. So we have some metals and properties of metals. So coming on to your task 1, okay. So your task 1 will be on part 2 of your book, page number 52, okay. So task 1, page number 52, you need to answer the first question. Okay, so only first questions for task 1. Okay, so draw a circle around each word or group of words that describes a property of metal. Okay, so just circle that describes a property of metal. Okay, so that's it in the first video, and I will see you in the next video. If you will have any questions, any doubts, you can ask me. Bye bye. Hello students, welcome back to our second video for today. So this is going to be a really short video, so I will just tell you the task 2. So your task 2 is on same page. It's task 1, page number 52, second part of your book. So you need to answer second questions. So which property of metal are important in each of these examples? Copper is used for electricity wiring. So why copper is used? What is the property of copper that why it is used for electrical wiring? Okay, so give me answer. Okay, don't give me one word answer. I don't want to see one word answer or two word answer. Give me one line answer. Okay, gold is used for making jewelry. Why gold is used for making jewelry? Okay, aluminium is used to build aircrafts. So aluminium is also used to build aircrafts. Why? Okay, give me the answer why. Okay, so that's it for second task. If you will have any questions, any doubts, you can ask me, and I will see you in the last and third video to give you homework. Okay.